Hello, pals! I am Jodan54, and this is my attempt at trying to get a vlog out before August starts. Probably not gonna be successful, but you know what? I don't care, because I'm recording this. I'm recording this during July, so it still counts in my book, and that's all that matters. Okay, let's talk about what's happened in July. So basically, I was away for quite some time during July. I was away for multiple reasons. 1, vacation. 2, camp. And during those times, I did have videos up while I was gone. And, I mean, you may have thought that this past week was the week that I was gone. No, it was the week before that. I was just a lazy fuck who didn't want to upload super long videos. But anyways, so to start things off, the beginning of July. Funny how on July 4th was the day that I left this country to make England my city for a week. And, of course, that's where I got this hat, and that's where I got this shirt. Yes, we visited the Stonehenge, and I actually got this hat at the Camden Market. We visited a ton of different places, actually. And I'll be showing a ton of different stuff in the background. There's a lot of stuff to break down, so let's break it down. Our flight there, shout out to Aer Lingus for being a very good airline, surprisingly. We took a flight through the night, essentially, because, you know, flying through time zones and all that. Our flight took off at 9:20 p.m. We basically landed in Dublin 9:20 a.m. Maybe even later, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of American flights seem to do that. When going from America to London, they stop in Dublin, and then you take a flight from Dublin to London. But yes. And another thing is that it seems that British Airways or something posted an article very recently, like a couple days ago, that now you have to take out everything larger than a cell phone during the security. I had to do that at the beginning of July. So, those rules were already in place. I had to take out both of my 3DS's, because those are bigger than, well, my cell phone. I mean, bigger than a cell phone is a very loose description, because you could be saying bigger than a cell phone, and you're talking about, like, one of those old-ass Verizon cell phones with the slide-out keyboard. Or you could be talking about the 6 Plus. Or I don't know, maybe your laptop sexually identifies as a cell phone. I don't know. I don't know in today's day and age. But yeah, so you guys might not know this, but I'm on a personal journey, not something that I'm doing for YouTube or anything. I'm on a personal journey to go through every Pokemon game, and then I'm gonna try and legitimately complete the Pokedex. And by legitimately, I mean through legitimate means. No hacks, no nothing. And before I actually go and try to complete it, I want to play through every single game. I've gone through Fire Red. I got sidetracked from a lot of different stuff, so it took me actually until February of this year. Then I started in Soul Silver. Now, going into the vacation, I was preparing for the last thing that I was going to do in Soul Silver, which of course is to challenge Red at Mount Silver. And I was leveling all of my Pokemon up to level 80, which was actually pretty much the perfect level to fight them at. And I got most of them leveled up by the time that we arrived at England. Then, later on, I noticed that despite the fact that, you know, in the UK there are different outlets. So you have to get like an adapter. But the house that we were in, because we rented a house because going into a hotel is overrated, so we decided to actually get the full London experience by renting a house. And that's precisely what we did. And there were adapters there, so we could plug our American appliances into the British wall. We need to build a wall! There you go. But yeah, here's the thing. Even with that adapter, my 3DS's wouldn't charge. It's probably because of the damn region locking crap that Nintendo's done for literally everything with the exception of the Switch. Which is something I'm very glad they're not doing with the Switch, especially considering they're doing that whole USB-C thing, which is very nice. like, my phone could charge, my headphones could charge, my iPod could charge. 3DSs couldn't. And neither could my GBA. Or my DS Lite. But yes. That would be it. And, so we took that Wednesday, after we left on Tuesday, to adjust to the pretty brutal jet lag and get used to some of the locations that our house is close to. The markets and stuff. Got some water. Got some snacks. And my God, it was hot the entire time we were there. If anybody's watching me from the UK, let me know if it's always that hot in July, and let me know if it is certainly, like, there's no restaurant that actually has AC during July, because, seriously, no restaurant had AC. Not even McDonald's had AC. Like, Subway had a fan, that was it. It was so bad. It was brutally hot. Thankfully, we were able to take some cruises on the River Thames, which was pretty refreshing. It still didn't cure it completely, but it was very good, especially considering the fact that we took a cruise on the Thames allowed me to check off something on my bucket list, and that's to see the London Eye in person. That was awesome. We also got to see what I hope isn't actually the largest building, or the tallest building in Europe, the Shard. Because that is a very, very small building to call it the tallest building in Europe. I'm pretty sure the Eiffel Tower is taller. I don't know, maybe that doesn't count as a building. And of course there's that other building that has the Sky Garden at the top. I wanted to go to the top and play the Sky Garden music from Mario Kart Super Circuit, but we didn't get the chance. But yeah, we saw the River Thames and the Tower of London, which, in case you guys don't know, it's sort of like a torture chamber. That's where they took all the prisoners way back in the day, when in the Middle Ages and stuff, torture them in some of the most brutal ways imaginable, twist their bodies in inhuman ways. Ugh. And on the subject of the River Thames, there of course are a lot of different bridges that go across it. Now you might be thinking, oh, that big ass bridge, that must be the London Bridge, right? Oh, wrong! No. The London Bridge is actually a much smaller bridge, with little tiny Roman arches going across it. The big bridge is called the Tower Bridge, which makes sense because it's made of two towers. And we, of course, visited Camden Market. I also got two gaming shirts, which you'll see Jordan54 the Gamer wearing occasionally. Of course, I got this shirt of the Stonehenge, which we visited on Monday. But the two big ones for me were the Harry Potter Museum, which was very, very cool to see all the different sets and stuff. Because you know me, I'm a big video, film, cinema buff. I love that kind of stuff. So seeing how all that stuff was put together was incredible. Seeing how much, like, the rest of my family was like, oh, they must have, I wonder what kind of models they used. I'm like, that was CGI. They're like, what? You can computer generate that? I'm like, you'd be surprised. Oh man, and of course the green screen. There were these things where you could like sit in, I don't know, a Quidditch broomstick, and it would record a video and then automatically chroma key it because you were behind a green screen. I'm like, I could do this stuff at home. What am I even doing here? And then the highlight of the journey for me was St. Paul's Cathedral. Mainly because, first of all, the cathedral is massive. It is so damn tall. And the main attraction is you can run up hundreds of steps all the way to the top, the tippy top man, and you can look out on a very, very narrow walkway. Thankfully, it has a railing, and you can pretty much see the entirety of London from the top. It's crazy. And, you know, there are very few buildings that were actually taller. It was crazy. I sort of did like a first-person walk up to the top and a first-person walk down to the bottom as well. And I could not keep my hand from shaking because it was a little terrifying. Although I do feel like I've conquered my fear of heights now, so that's good. And of course I'll be playing those clips in the background. I'm kind of stubborn because the camera that you're looking at right now, looking at me through right now, It has a photo functionality, but it's garbage. So instead of using that photo functionality, I just took 1-second videos, and I'm going to screenshot those if I have the time. I have a lot of footage to look through. This is probably not going up before the end of July. But yeah. Then, after all that stuff, we went home, and on the flight home, I beat Red at Mount Silver on my first try. Only lost one Pokemon on the way. And what I like about Soul Silver, that's actually not an Emerald after you beat Steven, is the credits roll after you beat Red. I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting dip to black, come back, he's not there, and you have to, like, use Dig to get out. No, the credits roll, and you're back in New Bark Town. It's awesome. So now I've fully completed Soul Silver, and to put you in perspective on how much more familiar I am with Emerald and how much quicker I'm going to complete Emerald, I'm already way past Tate and Liza. Of course, I'm 100%ing it, so I'm looking through all the shards, using Dive and all that stuff, exploring the too much water, Ahoan region. But yes, that's how far I've gotten between then and now. And then I spent a week at Boy Scout camp, and if I thought London was hot, Boy Scout camp was that times a freaking million. Oh my god. Of course. There's no such thing as inside when you're at that kind of a camp. There was 0 AC, which was what I expected. I expected all of that stuff. Basically, the only shelter you could get was in your tent. And, of course, there was, the water. There was a pond at our campsite, which is nice. The campsite's very huge. It's beautiful, actually. And, of course, I have some battle scars to show off, aka bug bites. It's been a week. It's been a week since I got home, but there are still a few persistent ones that haven't healed yet. Who knows? Maybe I'll carry these for the rest of my life, but I don't know if you can see that one right there. This one right there. That one. And these little dots right there. I was very lucky, though, because while I got my fair surplus of mosquito bites on my legs, too, and on my back, you see me scratching myself a lot in the next few reactions. It's because they still itch, man. They still itch, dude. I got my fair surplus of mosquito bites, but thankfully, not one tick bite. That I'm happy for. Ticks terrify me, man. But as for that, I managed to get the camping merit badge at camp, and I'm only one requirement away from cooking, one requirement away from family life. After those two are done, all I have left is personal management and my Eagle Scout project. And as for my Eagle Scout project, I've decided what it's going to be, and today I'll actually be submitting the paperwork to the council and doing my best to make sure... Oh my god, my voice is dying. God, my voice is dying. Don't know if you can tell. But I need to submit my paperwork to the council and then call up a little later, make sure I can get into contact with who's approving it. Maybe they'll speed it up so I can start it as soon as possible. Because I don't have much time left. I'm gonna age out in less than 6 months, so I need to do this quickly. But I have high hopes for it, and of course I'm doing a lot of other stuff as well. I'm trying to go for progress for, learning how to drive and all of that, because I'm not late on that regard at all. And of course I'm trying to get as many scholarships as I can, because your boy can't go to Northeastern University if he can't pay for it. I may have gotten a 1450 on the SAT, but that's not going to get me anywhere if I can't pay the price tag. But anyways, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on. I also did mention that a while back, of course, Toon Zelda, you may remember from my PAX vlog, she has been knocked down to number 2 on my waifu list. I haven't revealed what my number 1 is. Most of you probably already know from hints in the comments and such. But I actually pre-ordered a figurine of her, which is going to ship in January, and that'll be the official reveal. I don't know what kind of a vlog that's going to make out for, but here's the thing. The figurines of her are actually super expensive. There are 3, and I got the cheapest one, and the cheapest one is $50 for a figurine. I mean, they're all customizable, but still, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's about it. Except, you made it to the end. Surprise? Surprise. Season 4. How's it gonna end? Well, as you know, episode 28, episode 29, and episode 30 of each season tends to be something big. And it usually follows the formula of a super long reaction for episode 28, a reaction featuring Silverfanboy 9000 for episode 29, and then something even more amazing for the finale. And that's basically what's going to happen this time around. Although I am planning to actually have some guests not only for episode 29, but for episode 28 as well, and of course for the finale. So, and in addition to that, episode 27, guess what? 4 requests for the price of 1. I hope you enjoy. Season 4 is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see how you guys react to its ending, because I have some pretty big plans for the way that Jordan54 Reacts is going to go about. You may have noticed my story arcs in the series so far. The plot is thickening. It is getting extra thick. It is getting extra juicy. And it's making me more and more glad that I re-recorded this vlog, because the last time around, this vlog had the worst audio in the history of the channel. And that's saying a lot. Seriously though, throughout the entire video is this sound. While I'm talking and everything. And there was nothing I could do about it. It was terrible. I don't even think the green screen looked that good either. But yes, there you go. That's my life in July in a nutshell. Stay tuned. I'm taking a much more quality over quantity approach to the channel. Now that I have less time to make tons and tons of videos, I have more time to make bigger but less videos. So I hope you stay tuned, keep looking forward, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Yes, I know, it's gonna be August and I haven't uploaded the 4th of July special yet. You don't need to call me a loser. I already know.